Hello and welcome to a fresh episode of Research Plus Practice. I hope you're enjoying the two initiatives that we started last month. One on the top 20 books of management that Shashwat has undertaken. I eagerly look forward to the top 5 books that he recommends. And the other being the Masterclass series, where we had Professor Nilesh Gupta join us for the inaugural episode, in where he discussed about behavioral finance. Well, what that gave me was an opportunity to go back and read some of your comments and some of your emails that have come on our initiative. And I came across a very interesting question, which I thought would be this episode of ours, where Vijay has asked that is there a simple test to know a firm has strategy or a firm has made a strategic choice? Now, let me answer that question in this video. So, many of you who have undertaken a formal management education, you would have come across this word without which your course would not have been finished, and that is trade-off. It is said that strategy is all about making trade-offs. And it is a very interesting word because trade-off means that to gain something, you need to necessarily let go of something else. That there is no option where you can have best of all the things. And so you need to make a call by taking few things and let going of something else. Let me give you a practical example. I was discussing about with a firm about HR services implementation, and they are currently discussing that whether they should outsource their HR services or continue to keep it internal to this organization. Now think about it, HRO services, outsourcing services have been in existence for many years now, and the typical benefits that people talk about is the cost and the efficiencies when you outsource it. Of course, what is the downside? The downside is that you will not be able to build or perhaps monitor that well a unique culture and value system for your own organization. Now it's a choice. You can do an HRO service, gain on the cost and the efficiencies, and perhaps lose out on some of the very nuanced or personalized value system that you want to build for your organization. And if you continue to hold on to your HR system internal, then you can do this very well, but that could come at a cost. Now this is a trade-off. You have to necessarily take a call, okay, for these two benefits, I let go of this, or this benefit is so critical that I would go ahead with this option, even if it means that I lose out on two other things. This is essentially what trade-offs are all about. Now, a simpler way to look at trade-offs, if that doesn't make it much easier, is look at strategy as making a choice. And where the choice necessarily entails that you get something and you do not get the thing that you have not chosen for. I have found two very interesting fallacies or two very interesting observations amongst teams when they are working on strategic problems. Now, one is there is what I call the no-brainer option. So I've seen teams, maybe you have also felt it. Sometimes we go to a meeting where we are supposed to be discussing on a strategic problem, and you come out of that meeting feeling that option A, everybody is saying was the best option, and option B was a non-starter. Now it's surprising because no option is something which gives everything to you on the plate, and so you necessarily, whether it's option A or B, you necessarily gain something and lose something. Now typically when it happens in a meeting, when you come out with these no-brainer answers, it makes you wonder that whether it was a strategic call. If A was so better than B, then there was no reason for you to have a meeting. You could have just sent an email and said there is no need for discussion, A is much better than B. But typically, or maybe it is because of lack of preparation, or there are some biases, some political setup which is not letting you look at the real trade-offs that you are making. So there are no-brainer choices. Please beware of that. And the second observation that I have, and that is what I sometimes call the intellectual or the smart manager problem. So you have heard of that proverbial term, one in the hand and one in a bush. Now many people feel that, some people feel, not many, some people feel that or teams feel that they will be able to come up with a solution where they'll be able to bypass the trade-off, that they'll come out with a solution where they'll not have to forego anything, but there'll be all gains from all of the places. Again, it sounds wishful thinking and it doesn't exist. So the easiest way to knowing whether you have a strategy is to ask the person, fair enough, now that you have decided to undertake this approach, can you illustrate or can you share what are the things that you are going to forego, or by taking this path, what are the options that you are going to lose out because you have made this choice? And that is what is very critical about trade-off. I'll leave you with one last definition. That is what Michael Porter, very famous professor from Harvard Business School, writes about strategy. And he says that strategy is all about closing doors. And what is he trying to signify? He's trying to share that if you have multiple doors, each door leads you to some good room, maybe with some good benefits, some opportunities, but you can take only one door. So you can look at strategy is about telling yourself, I know this is the benefit that I'll get by taking this choice, but I will not take it. This one, I'll go to the other place because that choice or that benefit is more meaningful for me. So in simple words, strategy is all about trade-offs, and this is a simple test. Do ask yourself that whether in your own organizations, in your own systems, when you have made a choice, what are the things you have consciously left behind on the table, or what is the price you are paying to get that benefit. I hope I'm able to put across the thoughts of how to test strategy. Do let me know if this makes sense to you, and if you really found this interesting. I'll be happy to hear your views and your thoughts. And yes, today happens to be Friendship Day, so happy Friendship Day to all of you, and we look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.